The collaboration between Hive and Peerplays is very significant because it's going to be the first graphene to graphene connection using Sidechain Operating Node technology, which is developed by Peerplays. This is going to offer benefits to both chains in a number of ways. Firstly, for Hive, what's going to happen is that through use of the Sidechain Operating Nodes, the SUNs, Hive users on Hive are going to be able to take their Hive and transfer their Hive onto the Peerplays blockchain seamlessly to utilize the DEX. So Peerplays has a decentralized exchange, and in that, that's going to allow them to actually have access to a DEX for the first time. Right now, Hive has been reliant on centralized exchanges for a long time. I believe recently they've started to get into BSC, but that's nothing is a DEX in BSC. So it's again like it's ironic almost because like they're actually moving into another situation where they're with another centralized entity. But anyways, so yeah, this will be basically the first DEX that Hive is going to have access to. And with the native connection between the two blockchains, it's going to ensure that everybody who's utilizing it is going to have the same kind of security they would have with Hive tokens being in Hive when they're utilizing it in the Peerplays DEX as well. Aside from the DEX, there's also the other operations which are being built in the Peerplays, and everything that happens in Peerplays in that regard, now Hive users are going to have immediate access to that. So it's almost like everything in Hive that's good is still there, and Hive users can continue to use Hive, but now they got this bonus of being able to utilize everything in Peerplays, right? So it's almost like Hive is just getting this upgrade, and they're able to utilize everything from the decentralized RNG in Peerplays to the lotto functions, the raffle functions, predictive markets, the decentralized exchange. All these things they'd be able to use using the Hive native token or Hive-backed dollars, which is the other asset that exists in Hive, which is equivalent to a US dollar basically, but it's a type of stable coin that's backed by Hive. So using SUNs, this is going to be something which will ensure that the cross-chain consensus that happens between the two chains happens in a secure way, so that everybody who uses it can be assured that they're going to have the same kind of native experience from each chain going from one to the other. So on the same note, people in Peerplays would be able to now have access to Hive and be able to buy it natively inside of the Peerplays DEX and be able to utilize it over on the Hive blockchain as well. So in this initial version that we have with SUNs and the integration, it's going to have it so that the protocols for the movement of tokens is going to be in a decentralized fashion. We're going to start to explore ways where we can have integration of Hive Power, which is a process that's used in the Hive blockchain in order to be able to stake your coins and be able to then gain certain voting power inside of the Hive blockchain. So we will eventually get to a point where you'll be able to use those native functions in Hive while you're on Peerplays at the same time without having to give up the Hive Power by moving your Hive tokens from Hive into Peerplays. So that's something that'll be happening in the future. That's something that we're looking forward to. The tighter the integration, the better it'll be for everybody, because the most important thing in the Hive Peerplays collaboration is that it creates more value for all the users.